Hello and welcome to Buildings of Tomorrow. My name is John Lester, and in today's episode we'll be talking about humanizing technology, specifically about how technology should be accessible. I'm joined today by Franziska Dolak, an innovation manager at Siemens Smart Infrastructure. Franziska, thank you for joining us.
Hi.
Humanizing technology. We have a lot of technology in our lives already. Mm-hmm. What is this aspect of how technology is deployed, and is it accessible?
Mm-hmm. So we thought a lot about, accessibility, right? If I want to use it, coming back to the slave in technology, right? So it shouldn't be overwhelming. It shouldn't be always on, but nonetheless, whenever I need it, I should be able to access it. So that was the basic idea behind that. Having said that, that also means really looking very consciously into what are the touch points and interfaces you provide for people to interact with technology to create certain values.
Yeah, because if it's accessible, it also has to be within reach, you know, on devices or on interfaces to be able to provide the information that we'd like to provide.
Yes, absolutely. And we did a lot of research in how could we also use interfaces that are already in the room, let's say desks or the wall or whatever, to really create this interaction point. Obviously, the mobile phone, the smartphone, your desktop computer that you have at your desk or that you're carrying with you, as well as obviously, physical panels in the space, let's say close to the door or outside the door, whatever, providing information and creating this interaction possibilities.
And you mentioned before it's not always on, or to ensure it's not always on, because there's a big difference between having something accessible and having something at your fingertips and having something watching you.
Yes, so it's like this big brother type of effect, right, which definitely you don't want to get. So there should also, in addition to that, be a possibility for me to turn it consciously off, because maybe there's something where I don't need it, where I really want to make sure I have the confidentiality and the private space I need to get something going. So like I said, like whenever I need it, I should be able to have access and being able to use it, but not the other way around.
An example that I think of now is we talk a lot about position location or position tracking. So we're in an open office, we sit at different desks every day. If we wanted to talk about a topic, I need to be able to find you.
Yeah.
So it's good that I have some technology to tell me that you're sitting on the 5th level and you're in this corner. But it's probably not so good that I know that you're at the cafe and having a coffee or having some alone time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great example. And if you see it, how WhatsApp is doing it, for example, I think it's a very smart way of how we would, I think, tackle this specific situation as well, where, right, I'm trying to find you. So maybe I can start sharing my location, telling you, hey, would you have time to quickly catch up? And I'm sharing my location with you, because then you have at least the choice to say, do I have actually time going there because I know now where you are? Or is it more like, hey, because you're busy and you have a meeting coming after that, maybe then saying, hey, I actually have those couple of minutes. Yes, let's chat up. Yes, let's do it in person. But then you can decide on your free will, hey, I'm sharing my location with you. And they're saying, hey, will you mind please coming to my space because I actually have a meeting after in this area of the building. So it's not about, being also for myself always on, but, situation-based, being able to get to this type of information and consciously deciding, do I want to share my location?
And it's that conscious decision is the difference, right? It's the choice that you decide who and when to share some of that information, whether it's location or current activity or what it might be. It's not something that is turned on by default or that can't be turned off by you.
Yeah, that's absolutely that. And we also looked a lot into, because oftentimes the smartphone seems to be the one solution that fits all, because you usually always have it with you. It's always there at your desk, in your pocket, wherever it is. But we often find sometimes, also that it's accessible. Yes, I have it with me, but there's also a huge value in really having those physical interfaces. Let's say about the light. And I mean, there's a reason why there's the light switch.
There's a light switch,
right? Because I don't have to unlock my phone. I don't have to go into the app and then actually thinking about turning off and on the light. I could also just, click and have it done. So I think there's also a very conscious decision on how do you actually define and design those interfaces.
And this is an interesting aspect of this conversation, because we see not just in office spaces or in buildings, but also when we go to the home, a lot more innovation around smart homes and smart devices. And we do have to be a little bit realistic about what interactions are improved by adding technology. and what interactions are actually complicated. If I was sitting on my couch and trying to turn the light on, it's probably more difficult than it is to stand up and use a switch, as you use the example. And this is a challenge to make that differentiation.
Yes. Yeah.
We're so excited about technology sometimes.
Yes.
We assume that's always a good thing. Right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you all for joining us here on Buildings of Tomorrow. Please feel free to comment, like, or share this episode, and also ensure to subscribe to us here on this channel. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.